of course, other than this. So those who know me, my name is Caleb. Those who don't know me, I am also Caleb. Right? So I know y'all are having fun and everything, but I can only smell the food. I hear some review that we need to feedback to the organizer that we need better food. Cecilia? We need better food.
Okay, pizza, take it.
Okay, so thank you for coming. So you made a decision to come and listen. So I also make sure that I'm well prepared to share what I need to share. Okay, so just a bit of background. Agile is a very big term in the bank. In the center, we have 3 trained and registered Agile Scrum Masters. One is me. The other one is your OM Eureka. And lastly, Xiao Yao, is from our business analytics team. Alright? So before we go anywhere, I know you guys are eating, but I know we are so good in multitasking. Can you whip up a mobile phone? Whip up a mobile phone. Go up to www.menti.com and then you input the code 87819. So the question is, what comes to your mind when you see the word Agile? Can be 1 word, can be 2 words. Don't worry, your name will not be flashed. I don't know your names by the way, I don't know your IP address. So whatever you think of the word comes to Agile, come. You can submit more than 1 answers. I see somebody thinking very hard. There's no standard answer. No need to think so hard. Okay, thank you. We have 5 person in here. Nimble, quick, fast. Monkey, okay? So fast. So what this does is that the more frequent the answers pop up, the bigger the word you get. So let's see some of the common ones we have. Fast, so fast. Methodology, yes. Quick. Quick, Agile is quick. Agile is fragile. Really? Agile is clever. Okay, good. Some more. I got 21 people here. Some more. What do you think of the word Agile? Somebody put quickie. Quickie. Somebody put quickie. Interesting group. Good with change. Accurate. Conservative. Anybody else? That's the word that I saw. Fragile. Joey, how many we have? 28. Okay, thank you for your answers. So I think we can see the common words that comes to our mind is fast, quick, swift, flexible. Somewhere coming new, quick and easy, speed. So I think the word of Agile comes to your mind as something that is very fast, something that is of speed, right? Some of y'all comes to mind. So let's go through this session. Just a bit of background, right? I went through 3 full days of training in NUS for this, and I had to bring all into 1 hour for you all, which I think I left with 40 minutes. So I'll try as much as possible to touch on the surface, to give you a quick introduction what's Agile. After this, you all can log into Digify to complete the course on Agile. Okay? So let's go through. So yes, you got it right. Fast, swift, quick, easy, but what's Agile? Still don't understand what's Agile. So I saw the word methodology there just now in Menti. So what does it mean? Actually, Agile, right, is a group of methodology. This entire thing is called Agile. Right? Y'all can go and read up on the history of Agile. It's founded by 4 professors. They're up in the mountains doing, fishing in the mountains. Then they will start talking to each other about their profession and say, hey, the way we do things are so waterfall. Anybody know what's the waterfall approach? Yes. You all know, right? So what happened is that, is there something that we can do to collaborate to make sure that we bring our projects half the time, but more efficient? So they come up with something called the Agile methodology. So now the next question is, what's Scrum? You all get the word Scrum, sprints, squads, Scrum Master, and things like that, product owner. What's Scrum? Agile is not Scrum. Scrum is not Agile. Scrum is a subset of Agile. So you guys hear the word Scrum, but Lean. All these are different kind of methodology in Agile. But what we use here is Scrum. Okay? So this is a very high level. So Agile is a group of, is an umbrella of methodology. One of the approach we use is Scrum. So I'll go deeper what is Agile and Scrum. Right? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Prior to this, we are using the waterfall approach. Meaning to say, very simple. Let's say I give you a project to build a car. So what do you all do first? The tires first, the metal frame first, then the steering wheel. So that is a project by project, part by part of a waterfall project. But what does Agile mean? The Scrum. It means that you do things together, and we build parts of the product together. Let me show you. Like this, right? This is the waterfall project. I ask you to build a car, you slowly build one tire, two tire, the frame and all. But in the Agile Scrum, in our method to do, we build things like that. So we can deliver part 1, we can deliver part 2, we can deliver part 3, part 4, and come to part 5. Okay, so this is the high level view of what's going to happen. So in a nutshell, what's Agile? The word show you in a nutshell, those we just want 2 pictures, right? But you look at the whole thing of the Agile here that you have. Let me just probably go through some of the interesting things here, and then I will go deeper into it to explain what about this. So why Agile? Why not waterfall? Why Agile? I think from the illustration you saw just now, we deliver our projects parts by parts. And the interesting about Agile is that it promotes transparency. What does it mean? So for example, look at the car, right? When I need to build a bicycle, I need to work with people who build bicycle. But in my waterfall, I will work with mechanics who build cars. So part by part, I collaborate with a lot of team members from different departments together. So an Agile squad is not a squad from, for example, banking. It's not a squad from CRM. It's not a squad from quality. It's a squad of many individual people who have different expertise coming together to form a squad. So that's the word Agile. Right? So if you look at this, in the waterfall approach, right, we have different set of people, the development, then people who do graphic, people who do interaction. So we pass here to here. So I do a website first, then I pass to this person to do video, then I pass to this person to do coding, then I pass to this person to do picture, then I pass to this person to go and produce. But in an Agile, we all work together. So at any point of time, I already published my part project. So you kind of get a simple idea about Agile here. Work together faster. Okay? You will hear a lot of terms after this, like the sprint backlog. What is the sprint? What is the Scrum team? What is the product backlog? I try my very best to explain to you what is it going for, but you have to understand that the whole thing here, there is a process. Okay? So why Agile? Why Scrum? Like I explained to you, we collaborate together. So in Agile, we choose individual interactions over processes and tools. Right, like I explained. We don't look at a simple tool to do, like we do projects by projects. Now we do this program, we do coding. Next we use Photoshop to do a photo. No, we work together, individual interaction, we produce part by part. So we choose working software over comprehensive documentation. Right, so in the waterfall, what happens is before every project, there's one long product article produced by a customer. I want to have this, to do this, to do this, then he sign off. He passed to the team. After 1 year, I must make sure I attain what's in the document. But this is not. This is the working software. We work part by part. We work with the customer to say, hey, look, actually this doesn't really fit yours. Or whatever I do might not be up to expectation. We progress along the way, right? Third one, we collaborate with our customer over contract. Hey, one more picture to edit, another $500. Hey, one more video to edit, another 1,000. No, in Agile we do with customer. Because we don't work all the way to the end with the coding, then we change the picture. We already discussed the picture at the start of the project. So that's what we talk about Agile. Lastly, Agile is responding to change. Not following the plan like the waterfall. Okay? So what is Scrum? Like I mentioned, you use Scrum as an Agile project, right, to deliver the highest business value. So look at these 2 pictures. The first picture. when I paint this painting, right, I do the top quadrant, the top left, right left, and then I do. Or I can do it another way. I draw the outline first, then I color. But in Scrum, what do we do? It's iterative and incremental. We slowly do the back outline and the colors together, 1, 2, 3, 4. So along the way, if my customer say no, actually I see the picture here, I don't want to change the color, the hair doesn't look nice, we can straight away change it. We don't need to wait until here when I see the full thing that I change. So that's agile. Okay, very high level. That's agile. This is the most important diagram in Scrum, which after this I'll send an email to you guys to let you probably look, because the DG5 question is all about this, and also the whole Scrum program is about this. So I'm just going to walk through with you from left to right. This is what CCDR management is using. In Longting, there's a Scrum board. So this is what we're also doing. So I'm going to give you examples along the way, right? So we will progress from left to right. Okay? So one day, for example, Gita comes to me, right, and say, Caleb, I want to have an internet banking platform for our customers. Let's pretend that you don't have it down. Okay? So my product owner will be me, customer will be Gita, right? Comes to me, Caleb, I want to build an internet platform. So I am the product owner. What I do is, there is something called the product backlog. Meaning to say, it is a bulleted what number 1 to 10 or 20 or 30. It will tell me, I will list down what I want to do in the project. For example, right, the product backlog will be like, I want to be able to transfer funds on ID. I want to be able to download statement on ID. I want to be able to view my transaction history on ID. So that's the product backlog I want to view. So what happened is, I as a product owner, I have the backlog, right? I will also have a team to help me to develop the software, correct? So this is the collaborative team. The collaboration comes about where we have IT people, we have CSOs who are very knowledgeable, we have people from product or deposits to tell us how it should look like. Right? So this team will be formed together. This is called the development team. Okay? And product backlog will go into sprint planning, meaning to say that product of 1 to 10, right? I will divide 1, 2, 3, maybe, for example. So the development team here, right? The best thing about sprint is that it's not about me calling the shots. I want this to be done in March. I want this to be done in May. It's not me. It's the development team who come and tell me, Caleb, I think in March I can finish 1 to 5. So being called the shots is fully empowered. So the development team will tell the product owner, I need to do this 5 year by when. So this is called the sprint plan. Okay? Until now, I know you're very blur. After this, I will have a live example how we slice all this product backlog into sprints. Then you all better understand. So this is just an overview, yeah? So after the team come up with a sprint planning, this is what we call the sprint backlog. So they must do this within 2 months, 2 weeks, or whatever. This is what the development team accounts about. So the whole thing was scrums like that. So example, right? They want to do maybe account inquiry and funds transfer module within 2 weeks. So they put this down as a sprint backlog. So within 2 weeks, they have to complete this 2. They have to try their best to complete this 2. Right? So every day, there will be something called the daily scrum meeting. So Agile is about fast. So last time we had meetings, we see in the meeting room for 2 hours, nothing come out of it. You see everything come out and say, okay, maybe have another meeting to carry on. That kind of thing, but no, Scrum meeting doesn't need to be in the meeting room. It can be behind desk, it can be the entry. As maximum 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. We come together every 24 hours to see how are we progressing. You can do it end of the day, you can do it like a morning harder start of the day. Right? This whole thing about Scrum. So every day, they will know their progress, whether are they inside. So now interesting, there's something called the Scrum Master, which I told you earlier, we are all trained Scrum Master. Scrum Master is a servant leader. What he does is, he works very hard with my development team to remove obstacles. So my development team will say, hey Caleb, hey Scrum Master, I cannot, I don't have access to input the ID module, for example. So they got roadblocks. Scrum Master is supposed to work with the external vendors to come and give the development team all they need. So Scrum Master is a servant leader. They have to remove obstacles and make sure that everything is according to the 1 to 4 weeks time box. Okay, so after this 1 to 4 weeks, right, we are supposed to complete these 2 sprint backlog. So we will have something called a sprint review. This review after 4 weeks will come and say, hey, did we do enough? Did we do more than enough? Do we need more time? Or are we, is our outcome according to our customers' satisfaction or the product owner's background? So this sprint review is supposed to come together to have it with the product owner to say, look, I might need more time. Hey, look, is this what the customer wants? Okay, so after the sprint review is done, we hand over the work to the customer. So do you realize whatever I hand over here is not the full product backlog? It's in the sprint backlog, it's only maybe 1 or 2. So we show our customer first. So customer say, hey, maybe I need to edit this, edit that. So we don't have to wait all the way to the end to edit. We edit within the first 1 month. Then what? Lastly, the whole Scrum, most important, the sprint retrospective. What is this? This is like a AAR, after action review. We come together to say for the past 4 weeks, what did we do well? What did we not do well? How can we do better? To prepare us for the next sprint meeting. I was sleeping already. Very dry, right? Very dry. But this whole thing is very interesting. It helped us save a lot of time now. Now, I will go deeper to show you the example of how we do this all the way to the end. So I have some time. Anybody so far any questions? Or you don't know what you don't know? Okay? And let me go through. So some of the interesting things you hear about is called time boxing. What is the meaning of time boxing? You know those malls, they come out very big terms of thing called time boxing. But to me, just basically limit, time limit. So if you realize from the previous slide, right, there is a 1 to 4 weeks time box, which is you must finish everything within the time box. You cannot finish, you cannot go more than that. Or else it's no difference from the old waterfall project where I take 10 months to come out with a module where sprint active on it. Right? So time box, you have to stay inside the 1 to 4 weeks. You can complete earlier, but you cannot go more than that. Yeah? So that's called time boxing. It's a very important approach in Scrum. So we have time box for sprint. We have time box for, remember the 15 minutes daily Scrum? We have time box to plan. We need to review and we need to retrospective. All these are time boxes. We need to time box it. This is an example of time boxing exercise. So like I told you, the Amomik very big word, right? So for us local, just cannot be late lah. Just cannot go. Okay, don't go out of this. Okay, just now I briefly touched about what is a product owner, what is a Scrum Master, and what is a development team, right? So there you go. Very wordy. I won't go through everything, but I think the most important thing you need to know is product owner, he owns the product. Simple, right? Don't talk nonsense like the product owner owns the product. Okay, so he called the shop owner. He is the person to talk to the customer. Alright? Product owner. Next, the development team, which is probably part of you and me. Right? They build the product. They don't own, but they build. They build and they are the one who comes together to tell me, they have the skills and tell me, they plan and organize to achieve the goal to set. So imagine Caleb is the one who said, I want this to be done in 2 months. The development team said, no, I need 3 months. Then I cannot say anything, no, okay, 3 months. Then I manage customer myself. Right? So this is all about the development team. And the